Listen closely. There's a darkness in solitude that many people flee from, but I'm here to tell you that's where the real power lies. When you're alone, there's no one to blame but yourself. No distractions, no comforts, just you and your raw, unfiltered thoughts. This is where you discover who you truly are. People fear being alone because it forces them to confront their demons. But those demons aren't there to haunt you. They exist to forge you into something unbreakable. In the silence and stillness of solitude, the real battle begins. If you want to be a true warrior, you must embrace this fight. When you're alone, that nagging voice in your head tells you that you're not good enough or strong enough. But guess what? That voice is full of lies. It's the enemy, and it's your job to hunt it down and destroy it. You do this by pushing yourself to the edge, mentally, physically, spiritually, every single day. Don't just sit with your pain. Own it. Feel the hurt. Let it cut deep. Then get back up and keep moving forward. In solitude, there's no one else to lift you up. You become your own hero, your own savior. That's where true strength is born. Most people surround themselves with others to drown out their inner critic and avoid facing hard truths about themselves. But not you. You thrive in darkness because you understand that in the end it's just you versus yourself. When you win that battle, nothing can stop you. So embrace loneliness. Seek it out and use it as fuel. When you master the art of being alone and conquer your own mind, there's nothing in this world that can break you. Here's the truth. The world is full of weak-minded people who need constant validation and rely on others to tell them they're doing okay. But not you. You're not here for a pat on the back or a participation trophy. You're here to crush your goals and destroy the limitations you've placed on yourself. That takes a level of focus and discipline most people can't even imagine. When you're alone, you're forced to face reality. And reality doesn't care about your feelings. It doesn't care if you're tired, scared, or filled with doubt. Reality is brutal. It will chew you up and spit you out if you let it. But when you're alone, you learn to confront reality head-on. You learn to thrive in it and embrace the pain because that's where growth happens. People will tell you that being alone is a weakness, that you need a team or a tribe. But they're wrong. Being alone isn't a weakness, it's your greatest weapon. In solitude, there are no distractions or coddling voices, just pure drive. In those moments of solitude, you become unstoppable. You don't have to answer to anyone but yourself, which is both terrifying and liberating. You hold all the power. Every decision and action rests on your shoulders. The beauty of being alone is that there's no one to hold you back, no one telling you to slow down or take it easy. You can push as hard as you want for as long as you want, with no limits on what you can achieve. That's the power of solitude. Freedom. The freedom to become the most relentless, driven version of yourself. So when the world tells you to find comfort in others, turn your back on that advice and walk away. Prove them wrong by showing that solitude isn't your enemy. It's your greatest ally. It's where you find your edge, sharpen it, and transform into the weapon needed to conquer whatever stands in your way. Never forget, the battle is won in the mind. When you've spent enough time alone battling your thoughts and pushing through darkness, you'll emerge stronger, sharper, and more formidable than ever before. The world won't know what hit it. See solitude as a gift, but only if you're strong enough to accept it. Most people run from it because they fear what they'll find in silence. But not you. You've learned that silence is where real work happens, where weaknesses are confronted and rebuilt brick by brick until all that's left is solid stone. When you've spent enough time alone, your perspective shifts dramatically. The noise, distractions, and opinions of others become just that. Noise, with no power over you unless you allow them to be so. You become immune to external chaos because you've learned to listen only to the voice that truly matters, your own. There's clarity that comes from solitude, a vision sharpened by isolation's fire. You see your goals more clearly and understand your path more deeply. You're willing to do whatever it takes to achieve them because you've faced the worst of it already. Don't confuse being alone with being lonely. There's a significant difference between the two. Loneliness is for those who can't handle their own company. You've learned how to thrive in solitude and turned it into an incredible source of strength. So when the world insists that success requires others, laugh at that notion because you've discovered the truth. The only person you need is the one staring back at you in the mirror, the person who will push you when no one else will and carry you across the finish line no matter what. In the end, the power of being alone is the power to be unstoppable, to take control of your life, shape your destiny, and forge yourself into something greater than ever imagined possible. It's about looking fear in the eye and saying, "I'm not afraid of you because I've already faced worse." Embrace darkness, embrace solitude. Let it mold and shape you into a warrior who fears nothing and no one, because when you've mastered being alone, nothing can stand in your way.